Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mike, and thanks for hanging out with me today. And today I am at SeaWorld because, what did I say, Penguin Trek?
Yeah.
Today, the SeaWorld's new roller coaster called Penguin Trek actually opens tomorrow. But if you have an annual pass, you get a preview. So they've been doing previews all week, and today is the last day, so I wanted to get to it before it goes live. And then today's the bands, barbecues, and brews. Bands, brews, and barbecues starts as well today. So for the last couple of months, you can get the lanyard and sample all the different foods. If you're an annual pass, you get 12 samples for $75, and if you're just visiting. If you're just visiting, it's $10 or it's $75 for 10 samples. What else? I lost my train of thought. Somebody behind me yelled and said, put me on the vlog. So lost my train of thought. But anyway, this has probably been the busiest I've seen SeaWorld in the year I've been here. The parking lot's crazy. We actually have the park in the way back, and they're actually sending people to another parking lot, I believe. We saw people making people exit. So there must be a parking lot across the street. But it's a beautiful day here in Florida. If you're curious, it is 91 degrees right now. But I'm just going to go in there. My plan is go do the Penguin Trek and then just kind of hang out, walk around, and see what all SeaWorld has to offer. So I just moved, in case you're wondering, I just moved about a mile away from here. So I'll probably be coming to SeaWorld a lot more. That's my plan. Actually, all the parks. And so today is the first day of my new pass too, because they're doing this sale. And so I just bought my new annual pass. Pretty good deal. But yeah, let's go to SeaWorld. All right, so normally you want to scan your self-service, your pass, to get like the free quick passes and all that stuff, quick queues, whatever. That's where the rewards are if you're an annual pass holder. But I'm gonna forego that today because I only have one mission, and that is to ride the roller coaster. Shamu needs security. All right, so I'm in. They say it's a 45-minute wait. And this is the new Penguin Trek. If you can use your imagination, we are in Antarctica right now. It smells fishy. And air conditioned, so that's good once you make it in.
lock it in when they go to close. I've seen them put a little bit of extra pressure, and they actually removed some guy because his harness wouldn't latch tight enough. So definitely not made for bigger people. To the queue, there's not an attendee, and I don't know if it's just because it's the pass holder preview, but you can pick on what card you want to go on. So I also went to the front so I can record it.
I'm just gonna say Tron. It's probably as short as Tron 2, probably like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. A minute tops, like it's not. You want to go see underwater penguins?
No, just letting you know for your video. Like, let's go.
Just went on Penguin Trek. It's not a very long roller coaster. It's about a minute long. I couldn't have my camera because I didn't have the official GoPro accessories, chest strap, whatever, so they made me leave it. But it's about a minute long. It's a double launch roller coaster. I would say it's similar to Tron. It's kind of that style and probably that intensity. There is a surprise at the beginning. Spoiler. Instead of going up the hill, like you start going up the hill and then it just shoots. It launches. So that was kind of a surprise, but it is a double launch roller coaster, but it's only about a minute long. And I would say out of it's like Tron, I already said that, but out of 5, I'd give it a 3 as far as intensity goes. I'd say 3 out of 5. So, and then when you leave, that's a whole nother excursion because you go through the penguin exhibit. So it probably took another 15 minutes once we actually got off the ride, because they open one door and then they close another one to keep the AC in. So as you're going through, people are lined up. They only let so many people in the room at a time. And then you go through the penguin exhibit, and then people are stopped there to take pictures of the penguins, which they are pretty cute, I'll give them that. But people are blocking the way, and so then it takes another 5 minutes to get through that room, and then you get to the end, and then there's another door, like double door security room to keep the AC in. So they only let like 10, 15 people in at a time, then they shut the door, open the second door, and et cetera, et cetera. So it takes probably another 15 minutes once you actually get off the ride, and there's no way to bypass it. So just be mindful of that. But other than that, just kind of hanging out. Oh, and it's cold. So the penguins, they also keep it cold, so it's a little chilly in there. And I did mention it before, but if you're a bigger person, like not just like weight-wise, but tall-wise, if that seat doesn't latch, they're gonna take you off. They don't hesitate. While we were waiting, we saw, I think, 4 people. And like I said, they weren't fat. They were bigger and they were taller. And so just be aware of that. I think there is a maximum ride height. So if they can't get the seat, the latch on, to latch, and it doesn't look good on their computer screen or their system, they'll just remove you. So just be aware of that when you come. I believe there is a seat at the beginning. You might want to try that. If you're questionable, try the seat at the beginning to make sure it can latch and all that before you spend the time waiting. So, and with that being said, I would probably not go on the ride again. I did go on it, and I can say I did, but just the whole fiasco getting off and all that, probably wouldn't do it again. I probably would. It's a roller coaster. I'd still do it, but I would rather try another one before I go back to that one. So now I'm just gonna go hang out, check out the, what is it? Beers, barbecue, and brews. Bands, brews, and barbecues. Gonna go walk around, check those out. So let's go hang out some more.
Boy's guitar player and a fiddle player and stuff.
Alright, so one of my favorite singers, Brian Malpass, who plays at Disney Springs regularly, and I just found out he goes to Universal. Now he plays at SeaWorld too, so he's going to be here. He's here today, obviously. He's going to be here next Saturday at the Nautilus Theater, and so you just see him everywhere. I love his music. His favorite song is Wildfire. If you don't know who he is, Google Wildfire. Good old boy from North Carolina. I met him years ago in like 2014, I think, and I just like his music. But now I'm gonna get a placard to go sample some food. They have a penguin pretzel. That's calling my name, maybe. So here, if you want to see what the menu is, scanning off the video. But here is a little sampler. We got my 12 sampler. Now let's go see what to eat. So I was gonna try the margarita, but there's nobody working the counter, so I'm gonna move on and see what else we got. All right, so I got the 3-cheese barbecue brisket mac and cheese. Looks delicious. It's good. It's worth one of the punches on your card. Maybe like mac and cheese and brisket. Wish I got a little bit more brisket, but it's good. Food was delicious. Now let's see the pub grub. You want it?
Very careful. Whoa, look at that. It's so shiny.
So I got the Corazon margarita. It tastes like a house margarita, to be honest. I would skip it if you're a margarita fan. I was just laughing at the disparity between the pictures. Look at those. And then look at those.
Like this. Good go. Heel, then toe, then out, cross, and step into the right. Stay flat, then bring it on back. Nice and easy, y'all. Do it again. Ready? Everybody go heel, toe, out, touch, take to the right. Right here, to the right, for the heel, then toe, go. To the right.
Get a little bit of everything. It is fresh, it is hot.
Bring it out right here.
It's good. A little bit of cheese and I believe that's bacon and peppers. It is good. Once again, this would definitely deserves a punch on the old sampler card. The margarita I got definitely does not deserve a punch. I've never seen this before. It's the underwater shark bar. I'll walk over there when I'm done. I'm getting the octopus old fashioned first, then I'll show you guys the bar. Delicious. Besides the fact they use Jim Beam. Not a big fan of Jim Beam bourbon. The place is fancy. I'd expect like Maker's Mark or heck, even a Bullet, but whatever. It's pretty good if you like old fashions. Probably the coolest restaurant is underwater. The Shark Underwater Grill. Not feeling any of the Texas barbecue, so I'm gonna keep walking. So the concerts, if you're curious, they start at 6, and you can buy reserved seating. I believe the reserved seating is like $65 or $70, and then you have your own spot that you check in. So I've never been to a concert in there. I don't know what the seating's like in there. I've only been to the outdoor theater. Alright, so look how cute that is.
No.
I like it. I don't really care at the same time.
The pretzel's like super hard and dry. It's definitely not like a Mickey pretzel. I'll say that. I would not waste a punch on that one. All right, so the pretzel, it's more like a biscuit. Like, imagine like a fluffy biscuit, but not fluffy. That's kind of what it tastes like. I don't know, if you go into it like manage your expectations, it's eatable, but I wouldn't waste a punch on it. So this is the Waterway bar. They do accept these, but you only get like a 7-ounce sample. You don't get a full-size beer, which I found like in a lot of the places you only get like a sample. I think if you're gonna use the sampler, I think the food is probably the better option to go, if you ask me. But anyway, just kind of hanging out still. We had a couple, there's about 5 more spots left to go check out before I head home. And then I'll have made the whole circle of all, I think there's 12, 13, 14. I don't want to be a liar. There is 17 stops, and I think we're on 11 right now. So there's 6 more stops to go. Maybe I'll find stuff I like, maybe I won't. Who knows? So in years past, or last year, so I've only lived here a year, this was a food place, a food, I won't say food truck, but it's a food cart, shed, whatever you want to call these, food stop. Now it is a Starbucks, or a coaster coffee, if you will. But that's pretty cool. You need your coffee fix, it's over by the Orca Encounters. Yeah, that's all. Just thought that was important. Nachos. Ooh. So we got the nachos, the pulled pork nachos from the pretzel place. They look delicious. I would say it's worth a punch, but let me try them. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yeah. I'm not getting any of the stuff, but whatever. Definitely worth getting. All right, nachos, I would say it's a must get if you're coming. Pretty good portion. Now walking through SeaWorld, not SeaWorld, Sesame Street land. This is definitely where all the kid rides are, so if you have a kid, definitely come here. It's all Sesame Street. They have like parades and stuff. And but on the other side of this is the rest of the little food stops. All right, so in years past they had bands here, but now it looks like they got rid of the stage and it's all seating. So let's go see what kind of food they got. I don't like any of those. So the beer garden beers are not my favorite. There's Memphis barbecue. We've had Texas, we've had Carolina. All right, so I'm gonna get the Mango Habanero IPA just because I like the spicy beers. Not really a fan of the IPA, but I'm gonna try it. And then the loaded pulled pork baked potato. So this is the pulled pork loaded baked potato. And then I got the Mango Habanero IPA. Not an IPA fan, but I like mango habanero drinks, so let's try it. Up with the beer. It is an IPA. It does taste mango habanero-y, which isn't bad, but it's an IPA, so I wouldn't get it again unless you like IPAs. Now, down need to look like I'm here is the loaded baked potato. It's good. The pulled pork is good. Coming from North Carolina, I really like pulled pork. So the pulled pork is really good. The potato, you can't mess that up. All the toppings, it all goes together. So definitely worth the punch on your card. And it's a pretty good sample. It's a pretty good size. I mean, that's a big baked potato, so I definitely think this one is worth it if you like baked potato and pulled pork. After the SeaWorld barbecue, they got the Glacier Bar, and that's part of the little samples. They have a few beers there, none really interest me, so we're actually gonna go back to the beginning because we started at number 2, so we're gonna go to number 1, which is the Flamecraft Bar, and they have a whole lot of beers to try. So let's make our way back to the Flamecraft Bar. So you can actually, if you don't want to get a sample, you can actually buy a full-size beer. So if you try a sample, the samples are 7 ounces. If you've noticed my glasses, the samples are 7 ounces. The beers are actually 12. So you do have the option of getting like a full-size drink or just using your little lanyard and get the sample. All right, so here is the Flamecraft Bar. It is going to be my last stop of the day here. All right, so that is the Flame Bar Grill, Flamecraft Bar, and that was, like I said, as part of this. I didn't choose to use one of the samples because the beers I wanted, they didn't have in stock. So last year when I came, I think the same thing happened. And, you know, day 1, they didn't have all the beers in stock. And so I don't know. So I got a beer, Ivanhoe Brewery, I like it. And now I'm gonna go ride Infinity Falls for my last event now for the day. If you get soaked on Infinity Falls, they have these dryers for $6 that's supposed to dry you. But it's like 90 degrees out right now at like 6 o'clock at night, so I think I'll just be fine. Plus, I'm getting ready to head home afterwards, so if I get wet, oh well. All right, here I go on Mako. Sneaking in the quick queue. So if you're a pass holder, you get unlimited quick queue rides after 5 o'clock in July. That's one of the perks. And then you get 1 quick queue anytime is another perk, and that's per day. So I'm using it. Me and Rose are using it on Mako now. I wanted to do Infinity Falls because I thought it'd be a cool one. You know, if we get wet, I go home after this. But the line was too long, so now I'm gonna do Mako. And either way, if I get sick on this one, I'm going home after this anyway. So, oh well, I've never been on it, so it's kind of cool. Do 2 roller coasters in a day. But yeah, here's the queue. The quick queue. $205 feet in the air and 76 miles an hour. It's the biggest drop here at SeaWorld. Definitely rethinking my choice. But there's no inversions. So I just rode Mako, and if you're curious what Mako feels like, it's kind of like, have you ever been to Carowinds? It's like if Fury 325 and Slinky Dog had a baby, this would be Mako. It kind of goes up and down, up and down. There's no like upside downs. The people behind me said it goes 205 feet in the air and it goes up to 76 miles per hour, I believe he said. And and you like, it does like the negative drop. So you come out of your seat. So it's pretty quick. It's the fastest and highest roller coaster here at SeaWorld, but it's really not that bad. I'm not a real big roller coaster guy, so definitely worth trying. I just realized I forgot to rate Manta, or not. What one we go on? Manta, Mako. So if I gave Penguin Trek a 3 out of 5, I would give Mako a 4 out of 5, just because of how fast it goes, and you do come out of your seat a little bit as it goes over the hills, kind of like Slinky Dog, like I said. So I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Definitely not the most intense, or I would even say maybe a 3.5. So I did more intense rides out at Carowinds. Still a fun roller coaster. I could do it back to back. I wouldn't get sick off it, so that tells me it's probably a 3.5 or 4, in case you're curious on intensity. All right, this is my last attempt to ride a roller coaster with my Fast Pass. All right, so my ride shut down as soon as I got in line. Maybe I'm just not meant to ride another ride tonight. I don't know. But I'm gonna go check out the aquarium. Let's see how that is. Here's a beautiful waterfall on my left, your right.
Ooh. There's a face on you. He looks angry. It's Peaches from Finding Nemo.
All right, so that ends my day at SeaWorld. The last couple rides I wanted to go on didn't really work out. One broke down, and one, the wait was too long. I didn't get my quick queue like I thought, like I was told I could, but it's cool. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, and I plan on coming here a lot more. Actually get back into the theme parks a little bit. I have a few cruises coming up, but appreciate you guys if you made it this far. So thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, have a great day. Bye.